What is up, guys, and welcome to a new Zero Reviews. So today we will be reviewing none other than the S.H.Figuarts Son Goku Ultra Instinct Sign, or more commonly referred to as Omen UI Goku. So if you guys just watched my most recent video where I did that massive haul unboxing as well as showcased my new updated diorama and display of my collection, you knew that in my super display I did have a vacant spot. And I kind of hinted to two new figures coming in, and this is one of them. Now, the other figure, I'm going to keep that, a secret, so stay tuned for future reviews, but I am very excited. This, to me, is a holy grail figure. Let's just take him out of the shipper box and take a closer look. Alrighty, guys, moment of truth. Oh my gosh, guys, this figure looks amazing. Holding it here in front of me to just get a closer look at it. Love this figure. Anywho, guys, the reasoning why this guy is so expensive and why he's considered such a holy grail figure is mainly because this figure was exclusive to Japan. This was like a Japan-only release, and then the other version of this figure that got dropped was an event exclusive. So this figure was pretty hard to get, but just taking a look at the packaging, it's awesome. This is actually, funny enough, my only Goku in my collection to have this, battle damage effect where the gi here, the blue gi is showing under. And I've always loved that look. It's just, I don't know why, but S.H.Figuarts has made it so difficult to get this look. I'm pretty sure this figure is the only, official S.H.Figuarts that comes with this, look for Goku with the blue undershirt showing and his orange gi being torn or blown off from battle damage. But this guy looks amazing. Really love the look of him. So taking a look at the packaging, we have, the typical S.H.Figuarts packaging with the panel here showing off the figure, and then the clear panel here to show off the actual figure itself, as well as a few of the accessories. Its name here on the side, as well as all the labels here of where it came from, Dragon Ball Super, and then the authentication label there to prove that this is an authentic Bandai Tamashii product. On the side here, some more pictures of Goku showing off a few of those faces. I love that closed eye face, by the way. I think it's super cool. On the back here, we have the collage of all the different accessories that this comes with. This pose, I'm going to already let you know, guys, I love this pose. When he's in his UI Omen state and he has, his eyes closed, I love that pose right there. So probably going to pose him like that. But anywho, on this side, again, just continuation of that clear panel. On the top, same thing. And then on the bottom, picture there of Son Goku. So let's take him out of the packaging. Sliding him out here. First reaction, guys. Bang. Check this guy out. Looks super nice. As you can see, he still has all the plastic protections there on the joints to prevent any paint rub. But taking a look at all the accessories it comes with, as you can see, we have 3 alternate faces other than the one that's already on it. First one being the iconic grunting teeth, a screaming face, and then the very unique face that I love is that closed eye face right there of Goku locking in. Other than that, he has, I'd say, 3 pairs of hands, other than the ones he has on, of course. The 2, martial art hands, the closed finger hands, and then the open ki blast hands. But with that being said, let's take this guy out and take a closer look at him. So having this guy in hand, I think he looks fantastic. I really love the hair. So it's kind of like this matte, shiny black. Really love the look of that. Comparison, here I have the MUI counterpart, so I'm pretty sure the hair is identical. It's the same exact sculpting, obviously differences in the eyes. These eyes look pretty different from these. The pupils and the face here looks a bit, or the eyes at least, looks much smaller than these. These eyes look a lot bigger, and I really do love how much detail they put into the eyes there, which we'll look at in a moment, but pretty much the biggest differences I'd point out between the two, I think the lower halves are pretty much the same, honestly. Obviously, I have this Goku in a pose, but the bottom gi is pretty much the same, I think, which is accurate. So setting this Goku down, the MUI Goku down in the back. Closer look at this guy. I think they did a great job on the eyes. I don't see any imperfections whatsoever, which was one of my concerns. I was a little worried that one of the eyes may be splotched or something, because I remember when I ordered the head off Macari, one of the eyes was like a little off, and I just was like, oh, I hope that's not like a common QC issue, but mine seems to be fine. But taking a closer look at those accessories that I was showing off earlier, in particular the eyes or the face plates, here is his grunting face. Again, perfect eyes. I don't see any problems whatsoever. Then his screaming face, which again, I think they did such a great job at capturing that look there of the shiny silver eyes, as well as keeping those eyebrows that like matted, glossy, pearlescent black to match the hair, of course. And then, of course, my favorite set of eyes, the closed eyes, which I think they did a great job. And as you can see on the face, he has some battle damage, some scratches and scuffs to indicate that he was in a battle. You can kind of see it there in the light on his forehead and on his cheek there. So very, very nice. And then the hands, not going to spend too much time on those, as I already showed you them, and they are pretty basics. It's just the generic hands that come with every S.H.Figuarts. As you can see, I already put him in the pose. Obviously, I'm going to mess around with it a little bit more to get it perfect. However, one thing that I really do want to do with this Goku, and I'm sure plenty of you want to do and see the same, is the head swaps. What Goku heads can we put on this body, since this is just such an iconic appearance for Goku? And again, I don't know why S.H.Figuarts has made it so hard to get this appearance with this blue gi, or the blue undershirt showing. So let's go grab a few other Gokus and see if we can pull off some cool head swaps. Alrighty guys, so the squad of Gokus just kind of instant transmissioned into the screen here. So we're just going to go one by one, popping off the heads and placing it on the body. So popping off the head there, we're going to first try with the Super Saiyan Blue head from the Broly movie Goku. This one should fit. I mean, the pegs look identical. And popping this on here should pop on. Yeah, it pops on relatively easily. I can already tell this is going to look cool. So the skid tones do match, which is good. Yeah, this looks awesome. Maybe the neck may be a little different. That is one thing. The neck is a little different, so the skin tone doesn't perfectly match. So that is one thing to consider. But if you did want to pull off a battle damage version of Super Saiyan Blue Goku, this is a feasible option. Again, I wouldn't recommend purchasing this figure just for the body, because again, this figure is just so expensive, and I'm pretty sure Demoniacal Fit did leak a new battle damage Goku that will be having this body. But moving on to the next one, we got the Super Saiyan God Goku. This one is cool because this is kind of like that scene when he's doing the finger guns, as well as that scene when he's fighting Broly in the Broly movie. So this does look pretty awesome. This one, I think, matches the skin tone a bit better. This is the event exclusive head, but I'm sure the other head, the general release one, Super Saiyan God head, which I also have, that one would probably look good as well. They're the same exact sculpt and stuff. It's just different colors. So if this one fits, the other one will too. Oh, Goku down. But that looks pretty cool. And then the one that I'm most excited for, honestly, is this Super Saiyan Goku here in the back. This is the Leftma head, which I did get in the most recent video. I really do love this head. Popping it on here, guys, that looks awesome. Guys, that looks awesome. This is like a definitive, Namek Saga Goku with that blue undertorn shirt showing. If you want a really cool Goku, there you go. This one probably looks the best, in my opinion, out of all the head swaps. But that just looks super badass. But there you go, guys. That's pretty much a showcase of, I guess, the main head swaps that you could do. I'm sure you can also do it with the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku head and the normal full power Super Saiyan Goku head that comes with this figure. So, yeah, there you go. As for the articulation on this guy, don't want to spend too much time on that. It's pretty much the exact articulation you get with any other Goku S.H.Figuarts. So, not going to go too in-depth with that. Obviously, you know, you have the ball peg here with the swivel, as well as the neck here that has a bit of a swivel as well. Wouldn't recommend moving it too much because it looks a little funky. You don't want to have a big seam there. Then you have the ball joint, butterfly joint here, which, to test what it looks like from behind, there is a bit of a gap, but it's pretty well disguised considering that this sleeve and the dark navy there kind of blends in seamlessly. So that's one benefit about having this dark color. the gaps aren't as noticeable as to where if it were like a brighter color gi, you can obviously tell if there was a giant big gap there. So that's nice. The legs, pretty straight up 2.0 gi legs, you know, not going to move those around too much. But that's about it for the articulation. So what are my final thoughts on this figure? Well, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And I'm deducting it for two things. The first thing is I am not the biggest fan of this being painted. I know that S.H.Figuarts has to paint this onto the blue, but I think they could have done a bit of a better job because this being painted and this being plastic, especially on the neck, you can kind of tell the difference between this material on the neck and then here on the torso. So I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it is something that's not too noticeable, so I'm not going to like freak out over it. The second thing is, although this figure is really cool, I don't like that the price point is so high. I don't think it's worth $100-something as it commonly goes for. As I was lucky enough to get it for a little bit cheaper, but still was a pretty penny when I purchased this figure. And I was fortunate enough to, you know, have saved up for this figure and be able to get it. But I know for a majority of S.H.Figuarts fans, they don't want to be spending that much money on just one figure. And honestly, I would not recommend dropping that much money on this figure, only if you're like a huge fan of UI. Now, I've been wanting this figure for a while, so I think I was able to justify my purchase. But honestly, it's just like any other Goku figure. The only thing that's different is this part right here. Like, everything is pretty much recycled from this Goku right here. Like, it's an entirely recycled figure. Again, the main difference is just this torso right here. And I don't think that this blue undershirt justifies that super high price. Other than that, I think it's a great figure. I think it's very visually appealing. I think if you add it into your super diorama or Goku diorama or whatever diorama you have or display you have, I think it would really just elevate it and take it to the next level. I really do love the paint apps. I love the hair. I think S.H.Figuarts killed it. The faces look great. And overall, other than those two gripes here with the torso being painted and the price point, I think it is a great figure. With that being said, guys, please be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys think about the figure, as well as any recommendations on any new figures I should get. Or maybe you can leave a few guesses down below as to what other figure I'm getting in the mail, as this is the first of two figures that I still have coming in after that haul I did in my previous video, which I recommend checking out if you haven't already. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate the support. Be safe and peace.